Hello everyone, my name is Ogunfemi Gloria Falakemi, an HRM student from Osun State University. This is my own HRM coding challenge for 2025. Of course, they call it peptic ulcer, I call it K27.9. Of course, they call it ovarian cyst, I call it N83.2. Of course, they call it urinary tract infection, I call it N39.0. Of course, they call it arthritis, I call it M13.9. Of course, they call it candidiasis, I call it B37.9. Of course, they call it dermatitis, I call it L30.9. Of course, they call it ectopic pregnancy, I call it 000.9. Of course, they call it hemorrhoid, I call it I84. Of course, they call it glaucoma, I call it H40. Like, share, and comment, and follow for more codes.